County Executive Ike Leggett has released his fiscal year 2011 operating budget, and it contains the largest spending reduction this county has seen since 1968. The proposed plan closes the county's $779 million gap with reductions in programs, no pay increases, furloughs, and a $3 monthly hike in the energy tax. Council members now begin the arduous task of finding the right balance among difficult options.
We're not going to reinvent government in the next 2 months. The council will face the budget, we'll work through it. We've got to make it balance. We have to work through any assumptions in the budget, and frankly, it's too early to say precisely how we're going to handle it all. There really aren't any options. I don't see us having a clear plan to proceed in a very different direction. I'm sure there will be smaller parts of it that we will have difficulty with. Could be a big vote on the emergency transport fee, the ever popular ambulance fee, and that's something that this council will have to address directly, or else find an alternative source of revenue to compensate for that which the county executive has assumed.
In other news, the council has approved a measure that allows Montgomery County to supplement the tax credit that the state of Maryland provides to qualified emerging biotech companies. The biotech tax makes Montgomery County the nation's only local jurisdiction to provide this type of credit, and it's the work of Councilmember Mike Knapp.
This is not a huge program, but it builds on what the state already does with their state tax credit, which has been very successful and has leveraged millions and millions of investment dollars for biotech companies in the state. And what we're trying to do is to say, that's great, and we're glad they're in the state, but we'd really like them to be in Montgomery County. And so we're going to provide an additional 50% above what the state has already provided these biotech firms to locate in Montgomery County. And we heard a number of our businesses come and testify, telling us the tens of millions of dollars that they manage to leverage from angel investors and outside investors on the basis of what is a fairly small amount invested by the state in the $500,000 $1 million range. Our companies are getting $10, $15, $20 million from other investors. So if we can get that kind of a return, that's exactly the kind of investment we need to make, because there are very few things that we as local government can do that will get that kind of a return on our basic $1 or $2 million investment.
The White Flint sector plan aims to take advantage of the area's proximity to Metro by recommending a mix of land uses. The council has given its approval to the plan that's designed to bring new life to this primarily commercial strip of Rockville Pike.
This really is the plan for the future of the county. We cannot keep promoting sprawl, which has been our policy when we had raw earth to play with. We don't have raw earth to play with anymore. We have asphalt, acres and acres of asphalt, and that's what White Flint is today. If you drive up Rockville Pike, you will see this is not the highest and best use of our incredibly important real estate. So we want to turn Rockville Pike into a grand boulevard that's alive, vibrant, walkable, bikeable, with people, not with cars. So we have mass transit right in the middle of what should be a grand boulevard. So we're promoting an environmentally sustainable type of development that will be the model for our county and hopefully for the nation.
The Office of Legislative Oversight has released a report that takes a look at truancy in Montgomery County schools. The report was done at the request of Council Vice President Valerie Irvin, who says it's important to understand the underlying causes of this growing issue.
I think it's just in line with a lot of the questions that I've been asking since being the chair of the council's education committee, and they're all connected items especially for children who are living in the poorer neighborhoods of our county and who really are struggling with this achievement gap. And so I know one of the issues that is sort of under the radar is the numbers of children who are chronically truant in our system.
Well, that does it for this edition. To watch the Council in Brief in its entirety, tune in to County Cable Montgomery for more council news. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy.